updated the live stream on this. Not that anybody's watching or anyone or I will ever go back and rewatch this shit, but just for posterity. Unlocked oil. I can't remember when I last, what I did last on the stream, but essentially I've concreted over this place and unlocked turbo fuel, and I've just been building constantly, trying to get my head around the logistics of turbo fuel. Unfortunately, I built the majority of this one here, this section here, incorrectly. I had this gold pipe going straight into the oil. Extractor. And so crude oil was entering into the pipes here, and I was trying to turn that into turbo fuel, but you can't. You got to use crude oil. We have built with a bit of extra space at the back, and I've now crammed these in. Crude oil comes in here, gets turned into fuel and polymer resin. Now, the fuel then comes out of the front here in these gold pipes, comes around here, then goes into these, combines with my coal, compacted coal actually, to create turbo fuel. Now the compacted coal comes from way up there, so there's a pure coal node all the way over there at the very top, and a sulfur node all the way over there. So I've built this long bridge across to get sulfur here. Come on, make it. Yes. So the sulfur is being bussed all the way from over there across the crater into these manufacturers, assemblers, two inputs into this row of assemblers along the bottom, and then my coal is coming down from there, going along there and being fed through the top, and then they are creating compacted coal, which is being merged, sent down these three chimneys all the way down there into a storage, just so I've got a large reserve of compacted coal. Well, might help, might not. Then it's getting split into these machines, which combined with the fuel creates turbo fuel, and then the turbo fuel is getting pumped up here eventually to my turbo fuel generators, which will supply me with more a large quantity of energy. Now, I've also tried to do a runoff here, so I did a U-pipe, a U-bend, or an inverse U-bend in the right. I want all of my fuel, turbo fuel, to go to my generators, and any excess in the system can build up pressure and go over here and get sent over to these packages here. I thought the U-bend would work. Obviously I haven't tested it yet, but I just realised as soon as I build it, that's the tallest one I can get. I don't know if you can glitch it to make a bigger one, but with the resources I've got available, that's the biggest U-bend I can make, which is lower than these pipes here. So as the pressure builds up here, and more turbo fuel is pumped through these pipes, it's going to fill up the pipe and increase the pressure to push it up here, which it should. It's 10 meters head lift, which I think is maybe just a bit above that. So it should reach up here once the pressure is high enough, but obviously because this is much lower, the pressure is going to build up and it's going to reach this first, push it through here and be used here primarily, which I didn't want. So hopefully I've added a valve which restricts the flow rate to 45 meters cubed a minute, and that is going to go into these, and these use 20 per minute, so I should have 5 to spare. providing I'm running all of these. I need to check this section again because I've now got these creating the fuel, and the 30 polymer resin per minute is a byproduct. So 30, 60, it's 120 polymer resin that's getting shipped out of here into these refineries, which are making plastic. Now they're doing 20 plastic per minute. So they're using 60 polymer resin, so 120 per minute, which is combined of those. So 160 out, 160 in. 160 or 120? But 120 out, 120 in. I still need to pipe the water into that, actually, fuck. Oh, okay, water pipes, gotta do that next. But that'll produce 20 plastic per minute, so 40 plastic will then come out of there into constructors, which will make empty canisters. Okay. I need to restrict the flow rate even more. Do I need to restrict it to? Because this isn't going to be using any. 20. Okay, restricted to 25. So this is where I think the project could become an issue, because okay, we're doing 20 plastic per minute now, so the plastic residue is getting used going into these two. Now this one's creating 60 empty canisters, and this is also doing 60. And they're both going into their separate feeds. This will create heavy oil residue, which will then... I'm talking this through and correcting as I go. Right. So then that will come out on its own separately. I don't know if I need it for anything, but if I do, it'll fill up this small storage container. I'll have it there to hand. It will then go through a smart splitter as well, where the left output is overflow. So if this clogs up, it will go round into the sink. And then likewise, this one's not going to be on, but this one will be producing packaged TurboFuuell, which will go through this merger to merge with that one that isn't going to be doing anything for the time being, into this smart splitter, where the standard TurboFuuell will fill up this large depot, and the excess will be sent to the right for sinking, which will stop backflow from accruing. Now, I need to do the water, and then I can turn it on and see if it works, or if this is all just been for naught. But that's cool. I've still got an oil extractor free, but this pipe goes nowhere currently. So all of like, this entire project here, this entire system runs off of this single pipe from a single node extracting 240 per minute. So I've still got one spare, and if I do this again, I'm going to have to bring it. I'm going to have to bring it a long way, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest. I don't know if I just package it up and ship it somewhere else. Actually, let's have a look. I do packaged crude oil. Packaged oil. That might be something I'll look at in the future, but for the time being, I just want this factory up and running. So, next up, I need to get water here. Now, this is going to be an issue, because my water's all the way down here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Man, this is a headache. Let's see. Let's start out with the pipes first. Also, where's the heavy oil residue coming from? Is that coming from both of here? No. There is no heavy oil residue because I'm not making plastic, I'm making residual plastic. Oh, sorry, I'm making fuel, which makes residual plastic, so there is no heavy oil residue. Well, if there's no heavy oil residue, why have I built this? Fuel? Alright. Oh, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. This needs water. Was it that I originally set? I think I originally set this up where these refineries were just going to be making. One was going to be making plastic as a dedicated one. Oil. Oil turns into fuel and resin. Plastic turns into, or fuel turns into plastic and heavy oil residue. But I'm not doing that because I initially thought I could just go straight into turbo fuel, and then I was going to have one crate plastic. Okay. Now I'm doing residual plastic. There should be no. Pretty sure this is just going to be packaged turbo fuel. But I'll leave it like this for the time being. This will be any go in. So this will be packaged turbo fuel again, and then the excess will be sent around. Same as this one. So it could have all just been merged into one, but no. I'll leave it as is, colour-wise and everything, just in case it needs to change. Currently, okay. The package. Turn this off. This is the one we need to turn on. So it's just about getting water to these machines here then, and then we should be good to go. Accordingly, so that we know what they're for. This is a water pipe, so it needs to be watercoloured. Junction. Go. Really not want to do the pipe this fucking long. Because of how janky the fucking physics are. But if I just have a dedicated water thing for this, then it shouldn't be too bad, I would hope. So, don't want to fuck with that. So, What's it doing here? Oh, let me attach a pump at this point. Too close to it. Not too close to the water. It's too far away. A bit more evenly distributed now. There we go. That's a better way to go. Right. So, reconnect this. Like it. Why is it stopped there? Why is that the limit? And why is it coming back down now? What is going on? It's a bit wonky. That be the issue with it. Middle here. Right. Just delete this. Do it in the middle going up. Do this again. Perfection. Somewhere. run, run. My water pipes, water pumps. Good. This is a TurboFuuell water pump. Now, let that fill up the system. It's going to take a while. But now I'm just going to delete pipes one by one, just because I want to do this all the way back. So that was screwing out the direction that I built the pipes from, similar to conveyor belts. We've got all these supports to guide the way, so it shouldn't take too long. And then I should, once the water starts flowing in, be able to switch it on and have it run. Coming. The water is up here. Great success. Great Chicheska's ghost. Oh, that looks, looks a lot wonky than I envisaged it on the floor, but I don't care. Pipes galore. Three, four, five, six, two, one, brother. Three, five. I feel like I could turn that one on. Be getting good flow. Don't leave that one running for the time being. I'll just switch on our power plant. Efficiency, not the name of my game. I'm using so much energy to create more energy in a very inefficient way. Pumps, uh, wasted resources, just, yeah, electricity. So, yeah, just a lot of electricity being used to create electricity. Pipes, the pipes are filling, water is flowing. We should. This is filling up, isn't it? Yeah, that's 50. That's 50. Excellent. Right. Put anything on. Will it begin? Fill the pipes of fuel, fill the conveyors with plastic resin, double check. Leave enough on currently. I'm going to wait for the pipes to fill with fuel first. Oh shit. I'll walk up these two machines. These are turned on. Yeah. Right, so this should be working fine. This section is now filling up with fuel. Turn it on. That should equalize every time anyway. And now begins the turbo fuel dispersal. Slowly but surely. Oh, moving. Just realised I need to open the valve a bit more. 45. Okay. This isn't getting any just yet. This is slowly filling up. Control, I'm looking for that. It's shuffling very slowly. Glad that's not a bottleneck. Because it means I can expand more. If I tidy up that pipe, get that a bit closer. I can put another refinery in here to create more turbo fuel. And I can also expand up here as well, adding more generators if need be. Squeeze one more in on this side, I reckon, if I just extend this out and push the pipe out a bit longer. I don't need to do that. Fit one more in there. Then I can build a couple on this side as well. But as it stands, I just want this to begin. What are we looking at? 2825, 2636. And these generators, I need to turn them off first. I think they are off currently. Yeah, I'll go off. Wait for a shipment of fuel. We're off. They're all off while they fill up. While the system fills up, but I'm not getting any fuel up here. Oh, there we go. Pushing. Obviously, it's going to take a while for this to be filled to the brim. Provide enough pressure to push up this hill. It should push it up. So long as this valve is restricting the amount that flows through here. I get it. I don't know fuel flowing through here. I need to set up. Set up very smart. Backwards, I'll fuck me up. Unless I can get into the smart lift somehow. Distance. Smart splitter. Might have to overflow. Bang flat. Yeah, this way. Right. Distance. Smart splitter. Gonna look ugly, but easily done. That's it. anything overflow first. This one's included. And it won't attach like the other one did. There we go. Let's make a redundancy on that line at least, so the plastic can't get backed up now. Probably should have done that a lot sooner. Right, so if we get too many turbo fuels, they get offloaded. With too many plastics like we're doing at the moment because we're not burning enough fuel to get into here. Still nothing concerning. So I have to attach a pump, I'll have to attach a pump. It's just like glitched by the looks of it. Ah. Not connected properly as well. Fucking fully push connections. So some fuel. Yeah, put it at 60, a bit higher. Look at it. 60. Right, so everything else though is flowing upwards. Okay, yeah. Somehow this disappeared. Somehow fuel gets to here and it just disappears. I think that's because I've relieved the pressure a bit. Pressure is now flowing through here, but this should fill up quite quickly and therefore restore the pressure. So full pressure there. How is that reaching such a flow rate when I told it not to? Blending the fuel in. Alright, calm down. What construction even is this? Packaging. Jesus, boy, you stink. It's getting a lot of turbo fuel. It's also getting a lot. I can turn it down to 40. I reckon. Turn it down to 40. Make sure there's enough pressure going up these pipes. Just isn't. Fuck. There isn't a 10-meter head left, but it's in line with that. 10 meters is actually, I don't know how to do builder logistics. No, foundations. So 4, 8. Okay. That might require. Right, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, next up, let's block off this horrible looking thing. Okay. Come down. Ladder. power, so that's the energy even enough London care. Horizontal to vertical. Stop it there. The same for you. Stop it. Junction. Let's see if this works. Junction. Yeah. Junction B. Oh, let's just bring this one down first. Cannot put in the junction. Right, okay, so what we can do, easy done, let's do straight there. Right, now let's see if in theory this works. Shouldn't get that far, so we need one pump, I reckon. Up there. Just need a pump. That gets it to the double pumpage. But let's see. The idea is that the energy put into pumping turbo fuel up to this distance vertically gets turbo fuel in these pipes into this storage container, and then out from this pipe, and then down this pipe, and this pipe, providing gravity, provides the pressure on the system to push fluid up. Which I don't get. See, your fluid at the top, and in order for it, okay, so if there's like an empty space, fluid will push whatever fluid is down here up here because of gravity. providing obviously the fluid's the same density and the pipe is empty, there's an empty space for the fluid to move into. You won't just get like, let's take water for example. If you have a bit of like water here, an empty space up here, all this water isn't just going to sit hanging up there when it can push through water to an equivalent height. But it still isn't working. I'm going to shut off this valve. There's no, like this whole thing can't screw me over now because all the waste product, being this plastic, is being converted and sent round if it isn't being converted into biofuel. That's rubber. It doesn't last very long, but it does give a boost. Okay. Right, so that valve's been shut off. So there's not going to be any more flowing through there. So while we wait to see what happens, I'm going to go for a wee. But that back, has that had any improvement? Has it had enough time? I don't think it has. This isn't how physics is supposed to work, guys. You're supposed to be dropping in. Unless it's because this isn't full yet. It should fill up quite quickly. But otherwise, where is this TurboFuuell disappearing to? Got to be pushed out the factory. I don't think it can get pushed back in. It has to fill up the full system. Uh-oh. What's this? No, I'm just going to wait here for a bit. Back once this is full. Right, so it seems to be stuck at 1110. 1110. That's like the maximum pressure that can be pushed up here before this volume of water just wants to come back down, I guess. Yeah. So let's see what happens when we open the floodgates. Come on, get it up. Push it up. Bien, son. Get a tiny amount. There's more coming through. It's going to take a while because it's got all that to fill as well. Right, let's just go while that refills and does its thing. This should be empty now. Nope. Somehow, still get the valve switched it off. What? How's it still getting turbo fuel? How's it still a flow rate? Are you still producing? They're still getting. Alright. There's no fuel. Rightly so, there's no fuel. Okay. Wait. Still should have enough pressure to push up there. But essentially, this fuel is stuck here because it can't get through here into the machines. But take our last turbo fuel. 45 coupons. Right. Now. In we go. Let's go back home. So, yeah, people have been using the jetpack online. Well, not online. On the PC, and they've got actual controls that their character has in his hands. My jetpack just seems to be a thought process. Oh, press the wrong button. yellow. And below. Good work. Right, okay, so what rocket fuel do we need? Speed, right, wiring. I don't care about that. I want to know maybe sulfur. Don't have you. Rocket fuel. Fucking hell. I'm struggling enough to do turbo fuel though, rocket fuel. I definitely actually need this very thing in. No? I don't need turbo fuel for anything. Really? Sulfur. Yeah, I just need it for that. Lord. Let's go put some here. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Wait, don't want me. 2, yeah, and upload them. Don't you say again constantly. Lovely. Love that. Right. Do you want to get my tickets? Tickets, please. Not from you. I'm gonna have a ticket machine up here. Where's my ticket machine? Ticket machine. No, there's one over here. Okay, get records. Actually, I can't. Right. 45 coupons.
All fixed-vetted materials are tested for toxins, hallucinogens, and other biologically adverse effects. Pioneers are advised not to immerse themselves in these materials, and not to lick, eat, breathe in, or otherwise consume them.
Worked. It worked. Switch these bad boys on. It worked. No idea if my hodgepodge higgledy-piggledy setup actually works. It did me or anything, but currently it works. So I shall leave it at that. Sorry, boy. Yeah, maybe drop the phone. So nothing. Slow that burns fuel. I need to do the maths on how much fuel I'm producing and using. don't like how unsteady that is at the top. These should all be, it looks like they're producing quite consistently. Lights are green. So what other part of my power grid is now starting to bounce around? Because I haven't done anything with anywhere else. Getting on down here. Yeah, getting on fuel. Right, turn you off. Fuel in these pipes now. Right, you're going to start going. Right. There you go. You're doing fine. Turn you off. These run fine. These other ones don't have enough juice in the system for. There we go, that's steady there. I'd rather keep it steady. Don't think I can up my fuel production for this, but that's fine. This can either be deleted or I'll just leave it as a small generation. But the big one, it's no longer pumping water towards, no longer being used, I don't think. It's just stuck in the system. This is going. I can get away. Look how slowly it's burning fuel. I don't want to take too much pressure out of the system though. So I don't want to keep adding. If it was down, sure, if it was downhill, I would. But this system needs to maintain this high amount of pressure. The more I add in using up this fuel, the fuel, the more pressure is taken out of the system. If you lose that pressure, then you could lose the system. Let's just try and figure out how much we're producing and using. We're producing 18.75 turbo fuel per minute. What an odd number. But okay, let's just say 18. So 1836. 72. We're producing 72 per minute. That means they're using 7.5. So I could probably get 10 of these in. I got one. Why is that smokestack? Oh, it's filling up, that's why. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically half capacity. What I can do, build on the opposite side. Right, well, I mean that's it really. I've successfully switched on my power plant. It's got room to expand. Is it perfect? No. Is it efficient? Incredibly. But it works. It seems to work well. It's a culmination of so many fucking hours of building out the concrete, starting with a small refinery over the I'll show you the starting process. I've just built everything. There's sandstone over there, limestone over there to produce concrete. I didn't even use this in the end or anything. There's a bit of oil coming through here, but I don't even think I needed to. Again, it was just like a test run. This is its own self-contained unit. Any heavy oil residue. So these pipes are fucked now. Crude oil. There's that. Plastic. Heavy oil residue. Uh, my bad. My bad. Which means this coal plant is off. Holy shit. Oh, idiot. Such. I did not plan for the excess. And again, this is its own self-contained unit, so I don't need it to be on. Batteries are dead. Water in the pipes is probably just, yeah, I'll start to get full. Yeah, so these water pipes, this coal unit, coal power, pretty much pays for the extraction and processing into plastic and rubber, so I don't need it on permanently. I think it's a small little side project essentially to get used to oil pipes, refineries, but then that led into the bigger one, which is our fuel production, not turbo fuel. So oil comes in. I don't know from where's this even coming from? This is fuel. Okay, so we've got the oil into something. I think it's from over here. This gold pipe. This fuel. So that's crude oil. So that goes all the way up there and down into these to produce fuel and polymer resin. Fuel is then escorted around the back into the generators over there. So they're fuel generators. And the polymer resin is then converted into canisters. And into packaged fuel. Stored here or sent here. Functioning and on, except these ones at the end, there's just not enough in the tank, not enough fuel using. Look how quickly this uses fuel. 20 fuel per minute compared to 7.5. It's more than double what I'm processing up there. Slow that thing's going to. So much fuel. So I think that'll be next job. Expand to the point where it's using a lot more fuel, but not to the point of braking system. begin figuring out how to jangle the manufacturers in a way that I can build some phase-free stuff. So just send this off, shall we?
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother...
Nice. Right, well, I think I should call it there. I'm not looking forward to this. Is the thing, like, once done this project, I need to move on to the next. But it'd be nice to actually try and build a factory. One that actually looks like one. All is said and done. But I'm sure we'll get there at some point.